Welcome to the On the Edge podcast. I'm Stephanie Quayle, musician, songwriter, and mental health advocate. Throughout this season, I will be chronicling the behind the scenes of each song off my latest album, On the Edge. I hope each of these 8 songs, these 8 pieces of my heart, resonate with yours from the moment you heard them until the time you now hear the truth behind them. From betrayal to grief to love and laughter, this story isn't just mine. It's ours, and I'm ready to take us on a journey of redemption to redefine ourselves through honest discovery. So borrow some courage until the courage becomes your own. And that's when you'll be ready to tell your truth. So buckle up, because sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. I'm Stephanie, and this is the On the Edge podcast.
I could feel the wind, I could see the bottom. In that moment, felt like the only option. Then I turned around, 'cause on the get back up count, I had to touch the edge to know the line.
I get asked all the time, how do I have so much energy? How do I do it all between the travel, early mornings, late night performances, and projects I'm working on at any given time? I'm gonna let you in on my greatest self-care secret: water. And no, not just the amount of water, it's the type of water. You've probably seen me carrying around a blue bottle. Well, enter Splendor Water. Splendor Water is a volcanic water sourced from the Andes rainforest in La Mana, Ecuador. I've actually been to the source. I guess you could say I am source verified. What's wild about this water is that when it filters through the lava rocks of the Cotopaxi volcano, the water naturally picks up colloidal gold and silver minerals and other natural electrolytes our bodies need to stay truly hydrated. And when it comes to taste, nothing compares to Splendor. I crave it. I didn't realize how obsessed I was with the water until I didn't have access to it. Now I check a bag just to ensure I always have it with me. So if you're ready to increase hydration and energy, Splendor is offering only to the On the Edge listeners 15% off your first order with code EDGE15. That's 15% off your first order with EDGE15. Head to splendorwater.com/edge for all your ordering needs. Hydrate your soul by elevating your hydration. Pick up your Splendor Water today by heading to splendorwater.com/edge. We all have a longing and a desire to belong, right? That's why even at a young age, we participate in different clubs and groups so we can be around others who are like-minded and have similar interests. For me, for example, it was 4-H Club with all the creatures. But what happens when you receive a VIP seat into a club you never asked to be a part of? One that just happens to have a lifelong membership and you pay your membership dues through high counseling bills. Therapy, friend. Lots of therapy. Well, when you find yourself part of a club like this, and the other members are those who've experienced a similar journey, there's really only one thing you can do at that point. Raise a glass to the things you can't get back. It's time to face the facts. We're all members of a strange club.
It's a strange club when you ain't the only one caught up in a twisted love story where no one gets the glory. So let's raise a glass to the things we can get back. Yeah, it's time to face the facts. We're all members of a strange club.
Hey friend, welcome back to the On the Edge podcast. I'm Stephanie. How are we holding up? How are we doing? Well, we are now entering the tail end of this interesting tale we've been walking through together. A very unusual and certainly strange story, if I do say so myself. So, I'm thankful you are still here. You're here. And I hope you've learned, laughed, healed, and maybe even had a little bit of liquid courage along the way. Like we talked about in the last episode, there was a point in my healing process after learning of my late boyfriend's infidelities through a tragic plane crash that I needed a breakthrough. I so desperately needed to find a little bit of light for my life to fully be lived again. And that's where writing these songs helped me to grab a hold of just that. And this is exactly why I love country music, because here in the country music world, we tell the truth, we sing about the hard things, and we wrap it all up in a light, fun melody. And that's exactly what my song Strange Club is all about. Because you see, grasping reality allows you to sometimes find this weird level of healing through, well, humor. And there's a different level of strength that comes from that. When you can laugh about it, you own it. When I learned I wasn't the only woman in my late boyfriend's life, I came to realize that we were all now a part of this club. That was the only way I could describe it. And that's what I meant with the lyric, it's a lifetime membership I never thought I'd get in. Looks like it ain't too exclusive. Guess that's what I was missing. Preach! All the women in his life. We were all part of this tangled up story that only we had lived. And let me tell you, it's an unusual feeling when you're connected to someone's story that you've never even met before. Life has a funny way of doing that sometimes.
It's a lifetime membership I never thought I'd get in. Looks like it ain't too exclusive. Guess that's what I was missing.
When I wrote this song, the Strange Club consisted of me and the other women in my late boyfriend's life. But now, since releasing this album and hearing your story of betrayal and heartbreak, I realized there are a lot more members in our little club than I knew. Hearing the stories of person after person who resonated and related to my experience just blew my mind and broke my heart. That they found their story through my story. Those who shared that they had been gaslighted, that we'd all been deceived. Those who had been the victim of these narcissistic tendencies. My heart breaks thinking of anyone else going through a similar path. And also, I have so much hope for you because you can absolutely get yourself out of it. And if you're out of it and still trying to heal, you will heal and you'll find healing. But this is the exact reason why I wanted to tell my truth and do it in the best way that I know how, through music. Because music transcends conversations. Music transcends any differences we may have and connects us through the emotions we hold on to that are only found in music. When we went to record this song with Paul and the band, we had a guitar off on the guitar solo. So we had two different guitarists that each played a solo. And I didn't know who played which one. One was the producers and one was a guitar player. And I went with the one that was stranger. There was one that was very kind of straightforward and expected. And then there was one that's in the song that's a little more wild and that felt stranger. Well, producer Paul, that is not his solo, friends.
We're all members of a strange club. Yeah. 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 It's a strange club.
But as the words of this song spilled out with the light melody, it represented the turn in my healing journey. I'd gone from a woman who was shattered, brokenhearted, angry, embarrassed, sure she would never find love again, like the real kind, to now finding the strength to settle into myself and look up to accept what kept me staying all those years when I could have walked away, but didn't. I stayed. And you know what? That's on me. I own that part of my story. And there's hope in that for all of us, because when you can identify some of your own areas of, why did I do that? Or the areas of you that are unhealthy, you can begin to heal them and make them right. And after healing comes behavioral change. And that is when you are back in the driver's seat of your own life. So, I accept my membership card in this strange club. But you know what I didn't do any longer? I didn't allow it to be my identity. It wasn't going to be my stamp of recognition. I was, and I am, more than that. And so are you. I hope this song gives you the courage to know you're not alone. No matter what you've gone through, it doesn't have to define you. Take back your narrative. Become the victor, not the victim, in your life. Find camaraderie in others and let go of the bitterness. Because trust me, friend, bitterness only makes you age faster from the inside out. And they don't make a cream for that. The freedom is worth the pain. I would never wish this on my worst enemy, but it's all a choice in what we choose to do with what happens to us. Because at one point or another, there's a good chance we'll all be members of some type of strange club. Honey, just stick with me, because tonight we're VIPs.
It's a strange club when you ain't the only one.
This show is produced by Elizabeth Evans Media Productions. All rights reserved.
The glory, so let's raise a glass to the things we can't get back.
Hey y'all, if you're loving this show, it would be awesome to hear from you. Head to your podcast app, scroll down to where it says ratings and review, and share your thoughts with, well, a rating and a review. Your words might just be what the next person needs to tune in and find the healing they're needing in their life.
Strange club.